Two, basically, Martin Luther King, and of course my father.
Why them?
My father gave me the opportunity to be exposed to biblical principles and family values, and provide an example for me in terms of worthwhile things that are uniquely part of a family and structure, and gave me some good worth ethics that I really appreciate and have lasted me for the time I'm here, even now. And Martin Luther King, he was the one who really inspired me to dream and to think big. Of course, I had the experience of coming into contact with him a couple of times, and I can remember when he came to Florida and when he marched on St. Augustine Beach. That was quite a brave, notable thing he'd done during the era of segregation, and when it was so tense and there was a lot of things that were taking place, but he had the vision and also the courage to pursue an avenue that will create opportunity for everybody to participate in activities and in entertainment. Oh, he was awesome. I came close to his presence, but not actually got a chance to shake his hand. But it was just an awe and just an awesome experience to be in the presence of such a great person. He also was the person who challenged us to live better, do better, to achieve, and to obtain goals that perhaps was unreachable at a certain point in time. Then also when he gave his last speech, he shared that speech at our headquarters in Memphis, Tennessee. So we do have a lot of history associated with Martin Luther King. Jesse Owens and Wilma Rudolph, Joe Louis, those were some of my heroes. Muhammad Ali, he was a very ambitious person, but he would predict it, but he lived up to it. So he kind of brought about a new, I guess, wind of change when it came to boxing. Pride. Yeah, black people having pride and really realizing that we, as a people of color, have made a vast contribution to the development and of our country as we know it now. We've been a backbone and oftentimes unappreciated, but I think Black history want to give us a chance to look at history and to bring up those heroes that are instrumental in making this country a great country. So it's pride. It's not racism, but it's pride. We appreciate how the Lord has blessed us as a people to have overcome many obstacles and challenges, and we prevailed through slavery and segregation, Jim Crow laws and legislation tried to suppress us, but some kind of way God helped us to survive. So we celebrate our achievement. There's a dysfunctionness that's a part of our people in terms of family. I think that's a main contributor, negative contributor that have caused us to be a part of such a culture that we're a part of now. There's just no real value there. And you look at the epidemic among teenagers having babies, and there's no root, no structure. And because of that, it's a carryover from the home, and the lack of that, it affects society, schools, church. Everybody felt the impact of the home being dysfunctional. I think that's a major negative contributor to our state as a people now. Another month that passes by, that's one of the most important things I think the church has to educate and to inform our youth of the struggle that we have. And we have gained tremendous achievement, not because things were handed to us, but because we had to labor for them, and we suffered and sacrificed, and even something as important as voting. Young people sometimes just think that's something that's not to be considered, but realizing the struggles we had and being oppressed and being intimidated and threatened, and some turned back from going to the voting poll, but we made it, through the attacks of dogs and water being flooded on us and all of those kind of things, but some kind of way, God gave us the strength to follow through, and that was commitment, and that was something that we fought for. So it's a privilege to go to the voting poll and cast your vote based on your conviction and the person that you believe represents your views. It was very, very difficult and challenging. I remember as a youth, I remember a cross being burnt not too far from our house, and that was a scary kind of feeling, you know, that people hate enough to try to intimidate blacks, and not because of what they done, but because of just the color of their skin, and they felt like they were more superior, and it was a lot of struggle. Then come up as a teenager in school. Every attended was not the best, and sometimes it dilapidated schools, books that was handed down from white children who was part of the school, and we had to make the best of less, but we learned to appreciate what we had. So it was, you know, go to downtown, there was a white fountain, and there was one for colored people, and the same thing with restaurants. And I remember the time you couldn't even go to Crystal and sit down. You had to go to the back door. It was some trying times, but one thing that we learned, that all those things that happened to us brought about a change of unity and strength among us as a people. We are stronger and we are better because of the things that we have experienced. The opportunities are more, but we lost something. Even when integration came, we lost something. We lost a lot of black entrepreneurs, business people who thrived on, you know, the blacks participating when things opened up and integration took place. They lost some of that. You know, a lot of businesses closed. The beaches basically closed. There was a downside to everything, but it was worth it, though.
Yes.
You have an opportunity that we have now. It could be, I think when Obama ran for office, we got a glimpse of what the possibilities were, because they rallied behind him. They found a reason, a cause to go to the poll. And I think, you know, people have to have a reason for things. You have to be motivated and inspired, and that does not come easy. So as a leader, you have to inspire people to reach beyond the grasp of their possibility and believe that they can achieve whatever they want to achieve. They can have what they want to have. But you have to motivate and inspire people, and oftentimes that is the challenge. History Month, you know, there's an attempt from a lot of different angles to try to distort the value of blacks, and if they were less contributing as a people. But always appreciate who you are, and always try to put yourself in a position that you can achieve great things. You know, you're not a subservient. You're not less than anybody else. You know, God made you a human being, and the Bible said, out of one blood God had created all nations. We just have to have a certain kind of pigmentation that makes us different when it comes to color, but we're great people. History tells of the greatness of blacks, and we pray that we always embrace Black History Month and show and highlight the importance of blacks and their contribution to making America a superpower.